This is the most prized axe of the collection. I built it just for you, son. Enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Run with Skizzers. I got Yam down at the table today because even though my son's only 3 years old, never know what could happen in the future, and I just wanted to get a jump and build him his first axe. I had these two sitting around for a while. This first one's a vintage Norland. Kind of a neat patina on it. You can see there's some green there on the back side. There's, looks like there might have been tape or even a band-aid there forever, but kind of unique. Definitely more my style than the other one. This one here's a Halsbrook, and this is a 2 1/4 pound head, 1 kilogram. I really have been leaning more towards this axe head for a couple reasons. One, he's a kid, and I think he'll like this particular patina a lot better. Kind of has a polished pull on both sides. Pretty uniform. Patina on the cheeks and bit. You know, compared to the Norland, which kind of has a gnarlier look. Just because he is a kid, I don't think he's going to have the appreciation for this one like I do. But this one here is on a 24-inch homemade handle. You can see there's a nice palm swell on it. And it's a little unfinished. Just not really uniform, but whoever did it did an alright job. I did rehang this. There was a hell of a shelf on it, so I cleaned that up, and I was going to use this one, but I think the handle's more suited for smaller hands. It's nice and thin, like really thin. And kind of using it, it's really odd to hold, and I was thinking, you know, for a kid, this handle's actually the perfect length, because when you're in front of the palm swell, this axe is honestly just a little over 22 inches. So I think this handle is good for him. The handle that the H&B's on is, I think, 27 inches. And I was going to just leave this handle on and kind of fix it up. Now, the palm swell is a little flat. And I was thinking, well, I could do some scales and make a real nice palm swell. But I started taking some things into mind with building my boy an axe. One is the curve of this axe. Taking a straight edge, if you're holding it, your knuckles are right in line with the bit. And for a seasoned axe user, not a problem. Much preferred. It's kind of like a pistol grip. Where this one here, yeah, it has a lot of shape too, but not near as much of a curve. And for a new user, I think a straighter handle's a little easier to get the hang of, and I like the idea that when he's holding his axe, his knuckles aren't in line with the bit. So if he's coming across something, chances are the bit will hit and his knuckles won't be into whatever. Well, I took some time just to reassess exactly what I was going to do. Came to the conclusion I'm definitely going to give him this axe head. And I did buy a Halsbrook handle for this one, but I was looking at the handle. I just don't like it. It's like the Grants Force handle. I don't like anything about it. The palm swell, even thinning it down, I still don't like it. So, started looking at the Norland more, and what I'm going to do is pop this homemade thin handle out and put it on the HB axe. Some of you may be thinking, as thin as this handle is, it's not going to be very good for a first-time user, and that might be the case. He may swing it one time and bust it, but he's always willing to learn, even at 3 years old. So I know when I feel it's time for him to get his axe, he's gonna definitely learn the right way and safe way to use one. And I know with a thin handle, he's gonna get the performance that a thin handle offers. He's gonna feel the flex and snap of the axe cutting into the wood, and at a young age, that'll help him, you know. It'll help him realize that you don't need a killer swing to get some work done. Let the axe do the work, and that's what thin handles can offer. So what I'm going to do is get you over to the vise. We're going to pop out this metal wedge, take out the wood wedge, salvage this handle, and mount it up to this beautiful HB axe. We got the Norland all chalked up in the vise. If you guys never took these metal wedges out, they aren't too bad as opposed to barrel wedges. They could be a problem, and if you're not real careful, you could easily destroy the handle you're trying to salvage. What I found works best getting these out, so I got a punch. See if it focuses. You can see that tip it's got on it, just kind of ground it down. All I do is try to get right alongside the edge of that wedge. You just kind of want to start at one side, then move to the other. You're going to try and just rock it out of there. We're slowly starting to move it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to lift out. Takes a little bit of work, especially if it's a newer one like this. Now you can see how far that came out. Oops. And all I'll do, get a pair of vice grips. And hit up on them. There's our wedge. As far as getting our wood wedge out, I just like to take a sheetrock screw. Some guys pilot drill. Never really found a need to do that. But I guess in certain scenarios you might have to. We'll get vice grips around it, and all I do is just tap it out. Get our Phillips back. I'll drive it into second half of the wedge. Drag it down as far as you can. And get our vice grips back on it. Oops, that one ripped out. It's okay, we'll try it again. Sometimes you just need to get it a little deeper. Okay. There it is. Okay. Now we'll try to drift out this handle. Oh, it's coming right out. There it is. Now we have the Holtzbrook in. We're going to do the same thing to get this wood wedge out. Looks like there's a slight crack here, so it's probably going to want to come out in two pieces. It's a lot easier when there isn't a metal wedge in these. Depending on what I'm using the axe for, though. A lot of times I do drive wedges, metal wedges in, but I'm coming to learn you don't always need them. See how easy these come out with just using a screw. Oh. Back into this half. Another reason I didn't opt to use this handle, you can see how undersized it is. In a lot of cases you can take a wood wedge to fill that gap, but you could see how the handle was fitted. It was just done all wrong. I'm not sure if this is the original handle to the Salesforce, but definitely not a good fitting one. You can see all the shelving on it. Goes pretty much all the way around. So, we'll see. Just give this a quick test fit. Might luck out, probably not. No, we're gonna have to do some work to the tongue of this one to get it fit. Now, looks like most of my work's just gonna be cleaning up the top of this. So that doesn't seem too bad. Let's see, there's kind of an edge here all the way around, so we're going to clean up that edge. Just grab a grasp here. Don't have to go too crazy, but we'll just clean up the top. I think we're actually doing all right. I don't think it needs a whole lot. Just pretty much squaring it up, it seems. Okay. Most of the issue is just at the top part where the eye was, or the tongue was swelled at. Okay. Okay, we're ready fitting. Huh? Fitting pretty good, actually. We're almost there. You can see we're just starting to shelf right there at the front, so we'll pop this back off. We'll take care of that little mess. Grab a metal drift. go. Yeah. See right where we were shelving. All the way around though, it's looking pretty good. So I think it's going to be fairly straightforward hang. Looks pretty good. Still shelving right there. See, I always thought I was gonna be doing this project years from now, but I'm actually glad I'm doing it early. If for some reason something happened to me tomorrow, got something special for them. I'm not trying to sound morbid or anything, you know, but definitely something special. I just hope he likes it. But hey, his dad made it for him. I'm sure he'll love it. Yeah, this is going good. No shelving. That was from the old hang air. I'm not going to worry about that till I get into it, but that's all we got right there. Every time it comes off and goes back on, it gets a little closer. You just want to take your time. Even though I know I could keep going with the foreign hand on it and probably get it done in one sweep. If you take too much off, there's no going back. You could easily ruin your project. Best thing to do, just a little bit at a time. It pays off in the end. Heck, even whenever I fit like a Whiskey River or a Keen handle, I do the same thing. They take a long, long time. But by taking your time and not rushing things, no chance on ruining your work. If you set your axe head on and it starts going a little askew for one reason or another, you have an opportunity to try and correct it. Now, in the past I've had axe heads that run askew, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just the way they were forged. But you can make corrections to lessen it. See, we're about there now. Fitting it on one or two more times and we'll be set. Okay, because I had the camera facing down, I didn't realize that I wasn't recording. But I did get the axe fitted to the handle. Because the wood wedge wanted to go in so far, I had to use a hammer, and you can see what happens when you use a hammer, it cracks. But no big deal. We'll clean it up with the saw and start getting this thing finished up. Boy, it's so little. Oh, that's perfect for a kid. It really is. You know, even compared to like a normal boy's axe. See how much of a club that handle is compared to this one. Try and get them both in frame. There they are. Yeah, big difference. Whoever made this handle, honestly, they didn't do a bad job. I'm starting to wonder if maybe this Norland wasn't built for a kid at some time. Because this handle, it's so proportioned, but because the proportions are so small, it's hard for like an adult to get any kind of grip. Like, I can wrap my hand, all of my fingers are touching the palm of my hand. It's so small. But let me get this cleaned up. We'll wrap up this video. There we go. You can see where it was dimpling out just from salvaging the handle, but I didn't want to cut any more of this off. You can see how close it's getting to the shoulder. So I got it to a point where I know if he overstrikes, there's still a good bit of meat here. So might have a chance on not snapping. At least it should have at least one overstrike in it, hopefully. But you can see how nice that turned out. I don't know about the palm swell. I think I'm going to reshape that a little bit. You can see they kind of, I don't know what they were thinking. It's comfortable though. I'll give them that. I mean, it does serve its purpose. It's very pronounced, you know, so I don't know. I might leave it. Somebody put a lot of time and effort into it. But yeah, I think you know what? I know he's gonna break it, his handle. So I'm gonna opt out of putting a wedge in it. I thought I'd put a wedge in it just to give it that little extra insurance of not coming loose. But I got a feeling as soon as he takes it out, he's probably gonna break that handle. That's just how it goes. You know, kids are hard on stuff. You know, I don't know if any of you ever had your first dirt bike or whatever. Everybody that can say they had a first dirt bike knows that they wrecked it a lot. A whole lot. Get some yellow on that. And up at the top. I am gonna smooth out my sand scratches. We'll give it a coat of boiled linseed oil. Let that soak into those rough areas. They like drawing the oil in better when they're roughed up. And that smooth handles feel really nice, but I found if they're too smooth, you got to rough them up a little bit, because the boiled linseed oil just doesn't want to penetrate. It'll almost, one coat, it'll kind of get like a film of, like a waxy film from the linseed oil hardening, and it just, I don't know, it feels like a varnish. You know, just kind of takes out the wood feeling. So if you got a smooth handle and you're wondering why it feels like a piece of plastic, just take a knife even and just kind of rough the handle up a little bit. Boy, I think he's gonna love that. Like I said, the way the handle is, it's just proportioned to a kid. And like this Connie, you can see how thin the handle is on that. You can see this handle's even a little thinner. It's fun. It's kind of cool. That's yeah. I really like that patina, especially this side. That's so neat. It's just a hard line. And as you can see, there's no scratches. Here's the machine grind. Actually, let me see here. We have any 1000 grit. Yeah, I do. Here's a piece of 1000 grit. Let's clean up this pull a little bit. Pretty neat. You can see the factory grind. But like that, that's all just the way it was. It's just patinaed that way. That's so cool. I think he's gonna love this. I'm not sure what age is a good age to start a kid swinging razor sharp axes, but I don't know. I guess I'll know when the time comes. I'll start them off with splitting or something. When I did get this axe, the edge, it was a hard angle. I put a convex edge on it because I guess they were using it for splitting. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but all it was just a hard edge all the way across. So I put this nice grind on a while ago, and I don't know, it will chop wood, I'll give it that, but it's not shave sharp. And that, I mean, for a kid, even a dull axe can be dangerous, you know, but I guess when the time comes, I'll know when to give it to him. But for now, I'll just kind of tuck it away in the collection. And if he comes down here, he'll never see it. Too many axes. But I hope you guys like running with Skizzers. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.